Hello, fellow Megatenists, and welcome to another episode of Hello, fellow Megatenists. I'm Larrue. Oh, wait, I don't know why I paused. I'm Larrue, and with me is Neb.
Hello.
And Glib.
Hi.
So, this is the version of the podcast that's men only, so Spider's not here.
Dudes Rock 2020, the end of the year.
Woo, I got some Gatorade. I'm doing that, hang loose gesture with my hands right
I've
now.
been doing it the whole time. Fellas, I do that every time we record. Go into your emojis and type call me. I'm doing that all fucking day.
Yep, so after this, we're gonna wrestle. We're gonna watch some sports, maybe. I don't know. But
the whole energy change without Spider, bro. The whole energy change without Spider.
Finally, no girls to hold us back. Dudes Rock. Dudes only.
Dudes only. So the first thing we're going to talk about as dudes is the video game awards.
Babes. Oh.
Well, I mean, in a lot of ways, babes are the video games awards because we have the babe that won most of the awards, and that was The Last of Us 2. And that buff girl that's in The Last of Us 2. She single-handedly beat out all the competition.
Wasn't that game trash? I thought that was the point. Everyone hated it except for people who write about it.
It seemed like the industry loved the game and the fan base was split is the interpretation I got. Like some people still liked it regardless, and most people are the vocal minority were like it sucks, and then everyone else was like whatever to it. I don't know. That's my assessment. I'm not really keeping my fingers on the lifeline of whatever Naughty Dog, I guess, is the one.
Yeah.
Because
I guess I'm biased because I don't know a living person right now who gives a shit about any of those games, and that means Uncharted or whatever else those guys make. I don't know.
It really means something when the best Uncharted game is a Vita game made by another company, not made by Naughty Dog at all.
Got him.
Naughty Dog sucks. Go back to Crash Bandicoot or whatever they were doing before.
Yeah, see, they made other stuff. I was when Glib asked that, I was racking my brain like, what else did they do? Yeah, they did other shit too. I just don't know.
Return to the roots. But the video game awards sucked because video games and award shows are all bad. Award shows are always what? Name a good award show.
You're right about award shows. You're wrong about videos. Synthetic exists. That's a great video game.
Helix 2.
No, I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I only know about it because Glib has brought it up.
What? What even is that game?
Helix? I don't know how to say it.
It's not spelled with an X though, right?
Bro.
You know, you've mentioned it before.
Hilix, right? Hilix.
I've never played that in my life.
Yeah. No, you've talked about it. Talked about it. You've talked about the art before.
I feel like, are we living in like this alternate reality? The only way I know that game is because you've said it before, like 100%.
You said Helix 2?
Yes.
I have no clue what that game is.
12/05/2020. Helix will never understand. That's something you said, Glib. Let's see, another thing. The Helix will never understand. Why do you keep saying that? What? Is that a joke? Dying Helix?
Can I see the context?
Glib. 07/17/2020. I just bought Helix 2 during the summer sale and allegedly got a link to a free copy of Helix 2.
Oh, Helix. Oh, Helix.
Lying. Glib is telling fibs.
Glib
on the podcast. Can you believe that, folks?
I get it now. You said Helix. I thought you meant like the double, like the DNA spiral, like
well,
that.
I specified. I caught early on. I was pretty sure he was talking about the with the Y. Anyway, folks at home, look up the game. It's called Hylics. Helix. I think
it's pronounced Helix.
Go game. Check it out.
But this is the one that has the incredible dynamite animation. Am I right?
I don't know. Glib's the only one that's ever talked about.
If you think it looks ugly, you have bad taste. That's a fact.
It is ugly, but it's ugly stylistically.
Yeah. Well, why did we bring this up?
Okay, I hate.
I don't remember, but I want to.
You brought it up.
Look up Helix dynamite animation. If we're getting anything out of this podcast, please look that up. Larrue, put that in the video, just a link to that.
Maybe our next spoiler cast.
Yeah, sure. No. We need to play Rito. We need to
Oh, you almost got him.
It was so close.
We'll get him next time. We're not gonna have to play Rito 2 if we keep it up.
The other thing that happened in the greater scheme of gaming is Cyberpunk 2044 or whatever it came out, and people were mad because it came out glitchy, and the simps of CD Projekt Red were like, oh, you know, the games always come out kind of buggy, but after a year or two, it comes out just fine. It's like, okay, simp, but the game came out, yeah, and it's like cool, it exists.
No, it isn't. That's not cool at all. It's bad that it exists. It shouldn't exist. Yeah,
I've been playing it a lot, and I feel like it's a fine game. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's just very mid. I guess on a scale of The Last of Us to Ghost of Tsushima, it's in the middle.
Ghost of Tsushima. For clarity, you think Ghost of Tsushima is a good game? I've never played
Ghost of Tsushima is a good game,
but you hate Sekiro.
Yeah, clarify. Sekiro sucks.
Okay, but you like Ghost of Tsushima.
It's more like sucky, bro.
I haven't played any of these games.
As opposed to Ghost of Sucky more.
Anyway, we could talk about actual Megaton stuff now.
But hold on, I want to. You put Cyberpunk in the notes. We're talking about Cyberpunk first.
Well, why did you put the notes anyway?
This game is fucking busted.
It's pretty broken.
It shouldn't exist. It's so bad.
It's not that it shouldn't exist. They should have developed it for another year and actually
another 7 years, maybe. Because if this is all they got in 7 years, it's half finished. You're gonna get salmonella eating this. It's not done. Throw it back in the oven.
You can eat fish, like not cooked. I don't know what you're talking about.
I made some uncooked like last week. It was not cool, bro. It was not the wave.
What did you do?
What did you eat uncooked?
Remember last week I tried to ask when to make salmon, how to make it. Look, bro.
That's a good transition. Remember when I asked how to cook this fish?
And you messed it up?
Look, bro. Yes, it was not it.
Literally, you just gotta let the color of the fish change from pink to white.
Yeah. And it's still pink on the inside. It's not done yet. And guess what? Cyberpunk 2077? Pink on the inside. Very pink. You're gonna end up like Glib if you play this. Don't do it.
Did you get food poisoning?
I had to eat it. Nah, bro, I'm a real man. I ate the whole thing. I ain't scared.
Mirror man? What?
I'm a real man. I ate the whole thing, bro. I ain't scared of salmonella, bro.
You're gonna get like that parasite disease.
You probably already have worms, dude. You're probably just
bro. They don't want it.
All your insides is not intestines. It's just worms. But yeah, Cyberpunk is a thing that happened. I think it's hilarious that people are like making a big deal about how bad it is, considering that like what are the other games that came out really poorly and people were mad for like a day? The newest Assassin's Creed came out really bad, and
it did.
Fallout 70 whatever, Vault whatever came out.
I know 76 was like was an absolute nightmare. That's one of the worst releases of like all time.
True.
They had there's plenty of videos details. I'm not gonna talk about this for a long time. But they had the funniest thing was they had this room that the developers would use to test stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow players were able to get in there and get like infinite ammo stuff or whatever kind of, I don't remember what was in there. But like they were able to access this like administrator only section and fuck around with stuff in there. It's like the level of just neglect is insane at what they had done. That was nothing like this. Cyberpunk at least plays, sort of, sometimes.
I will say that since I have
at 10 FPS.
I will say that I have the PC version, so it plays fine. I just feel bad for people who got it on literally anything else.
Yeah. Well, that serves you. You should reevaluate your decisions you've made.
Yeah, that's
the thing too. CDPR actively lied about the console version. They said the PS4 version would be fine, but that's the worst version. So. That's
what I'm saying. The thing that gets me about it is how people are kind of shrugging off CD Projekt Red's responsibility. This is the same thing as like how Nocturne HD Remaster came out flawed. You don't just go, oh well, they tried their darndest. I'm just happy it came out. Just shut up. It's bad, and you should actually go, hey, big mega company, you did a bad thing. When I saw that CD Projekt Red was losing like $1 billion or whatever, I was like, so what? You deserve it. Like
Good.
that's what you get when you make a mistake.
That's how it works. This is the society we live in, folks. This is how it works.
Oh.
If you are not pleased with a company's performance, you hit.
Did you see after Cyberpunk released CDPR because they run GOG, the game site?
Yeah,
they took down Devotion. Where they
unlisted it. I was like, dude.
For
the Taiwan thing, yeah.
So dumb. I don't know. That made me mad too. I'm just like, CD Projekt Red is dead to me. CD Projekt dead. They only made one good game anyways, Witcher 3. The rest of their games suck.
I consider myself exonerated because I could never get into the Witcher's gameplay, like the combat necessarily. It's just never
like combat. Wait till you play this. Cyberpunk.
I play this.
Games.
I don't play the combat. I max headshot and then I just crouch and shoot people in the head.
Oh, I literally just maxed out his fists and I just kill things.
That does sound fun.
It's not. It's kind of. It's only fun when you're actually able to lure out enemies, because you know how those little skirmishes will have 4 or 5 enemies at any given thing.
Yeah.
If you don't track where everyone is, then you'll just get one shot by like the level. Because I'm only level 15, and I'll get one shot by like level 25 enemies, which is the things I'm usually fighting. Because
yeah, you have to watch for the skulls. It's a really stupid combat system. It's just like a way to lump on health onto things.
There's a lot of things I don't get, because, for instance, one of the things that's supposed to happen is the whole like police, like going after you. Like,
yeah.
But then one thing that will happen to me is I'll literally just idly stand next to cops, and suddenly they'll be shooting at me with me doing literally nothing.
Yes.
And I'm like, this is what real life is like. It shouldn't be like it shouldn't be like that. Unprovoked gang violence stuff. Like,
have you ever seen that video of that streamer?
No.
It's like he's playing GTA San Andreas. He's a black guy, and some guy, he's playing a character, and some guy runs up to him and starts fighting him, and he stands in front of a cop on the sidewalk, and the guy's just wailing on his character, and then he throws a hand back, like hits him, and the cop immediately pulls out his gun and starts shooting him, and he looks at the camera.
That's good. I mean, that's real life.
That's real life. So you get for fighting back.
That's little narrative, bro.
Yep.
And you talking about the way CD Projekt Red bent the knee to big China.
China.
That segues perfectly into Raito, because we found out exactly why Raito was removed from the Chinese and Korean versions of the game. Some people thought it was like legal stuff, like, oh man, there's a law against Imperial Japan. No. Sega released a statement saying that essentially they removed it because they were afraid that the public would be upset that Raito was there. Keep in mind, Sega released Aegis Rim with a character wearing basically the same outfit on the box art in Japan, or in China and Korea, without censoring it. So, for whatever reason, Aegis Rim is fine, but Raito, like,
no one cares about Aegis Rim.
That's true. There's
exactly
only
China. Much like the rest of the world, China did not notice it came out.
But I thought it was really BS. So what they ended up doing is they said they were going to release a version or a DLC called the Chronicle DLC, which adds Raito back into the game. You can get it for free for 2 weeks, from December 21st or 24th till January 7th, I believe. Then after that, you can pay $8 roughly to get Raito in China. So if anyone listening from China, now's your chance. The Koreans won't get Raito still though, because I don't know.
Are they even madder than the Chinese?
Really, Koreans still doesn't get it still?
No, it's just the Chinese version that's going to get the Chronicle DLC. Really weird.
World War II is like 100 years ago, guys. Come on.
Well, this is Imperial Japan, so isn't that World War One, right? 1920?
Maybe like pre-World War II, yeah.
So just get over it.
That was even more years ago.
Yeah, just let it go.
That just proves my point.
Like, the people who are alive to be offended aren't even alive anymore. Just let it go, guys.
Yeah, it doesn't affect you anymore. Come on.
Speaking of things that don't
there's
affect
other
you.
empires that are more relevant to be mad against, by the way.
True. Speaking
a very American podcast today.
I was talking about America, but okay.
Stop ruining my segue. Speaking of things that don't affect you, the DDS jewelry is now on Amazon. So if you're someone who wanted the $200 Jack Frost ring, but you were like, man, I don't know how to import, you can just buy it from Amazon now. It's on Amazon Japan, but they will ship overseas. So you can get a select bit of the DDS merch. Only the really old stuff that was from the first line, unfortunately. But that basically just gives you the Magatama ring and the Jack Frost ring. I mean, those are the only good things anyway. So go ahead and buy that if you have $200 and you want people to rob you, really, because if I saw another person wearing Jack Frost, I would just immediately be like,
they're soft for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the easy mark.
I'll just cast Tarukaja on myself and just start. Or I guess it auto Segundas them. I don't know. Either way.
I don't think Jack Frost is buffs, dude. Come on.
Are you guys gonna buy it? Because now that it's easier to import.
No, I'm not.
No, are you kidding me? I don't wear jewelry.
Yeah,
I'm not wasting my money on this.
Glib didn't say he doesn't wear jewelry. Interesting.
Because he's wearing jewelry right now.
Interesting.
Another thing that's happening is Yakuza is coming to Steam, like the entire. Well, I mean, it's also coming to the Xbox Now or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Xbox,
yeah.
What's it called?
Xbox Free or
Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Yes, Game Pass. Yeah,
right.
And it's so basically the complete series will be available both ways. But if everyone has Steam, so Steam is the thing that you should really pay attention to. It's gonna come to Steam, so you can finally experience most of the series, not all the goofy spin-offs, but just the main series is finally going to be available to people who actually play games.
Yes.
So go ahead. And
0, 1, and 2 are all available on Steam, so that'll be 3 through 6.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 through 7.
No, 7's already there.
3 through 5 just got announced for it. That's what
because I always forget 7 is the one with the guy with the stupid hair.
Yeah,
I have like.
Are they now 6 too, or am I tripping?
I think they said 6. No, I think 6
it's
is
3 through 6. I don't think 6 is on there yet.
Let me just.
It's not. It's 3 through 5 in the collection. I bought the collection like. On
no, but they announced the collection plus one other game, so the other game is 6. Bro.
Oh, then they're 6 in. Yeah, they're 6 in.
Yeah. Imagine not believing what I say.
Yeah, so 3 through 5 will be available January 28th.
And
6 will be March 25th. So all of them will be there just in time. That's pretty cool.
And
I bought Yakuza 0, amazing game, incredible, fantastic game,
pretty good.
I immediately bought 1 and 2.
Good.
I never played them. I have to sit down and play them sometime. Kiryu, one of the best protagonists ever.
Yeah, he is. And then they replaced him with this guy.
Yeah, that's why I'm so
cool though. I like the he looks cool. I like him.
What do you mean he looks cool? He looks like a homeless man.
It's because he's you, Glib. I bet if you were a protagonist in the Yakuza world,
what are you talking about, bro?
Some gamer guy with like delusions of Dragon Quest. That's you.
Delusions of Dragon Quest.
Like that's you.
That's a very Glib specific insult. That's incredible.
Why y'all hating, bro?
Can you refute my claim? No.
I was just imagine he looks fresher than you at 40, then y'all do it like 20 or what y'all 30? I don't know. Actually, y'all probably like 80. I don't know.
Keep talking.
Yeah,
he doesn't look fresh. He looks fresh out of.
I'm a property owner, not a serf. So maybe talk with respect. How about that?
All I'm saying is that guy, he doesn't look fresh. He looks fresh out of the like.
Out of a mental institution. Yeah. He looks like Marv in Home Alone when he touches the doorknob. It's electrified. Real heads know. Home Alone.
Another thing about Yakuza is the main guy, Toshihiro Nagoshi. He said this hilariously accurate statement that Nintendo hardware is for kids and teens.
Yeah, we were talking about this before the episode. See, here on the podcast, we have a strong stance about the Switch being for babies and also the Switch being weak. But we never made the connection between the two. And so the god of Yakuza is a very wise man, and he made that connection. It's weak because it's for babies.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why it's just a cell phone like amped up like 1 or 2 degrees.
When in my newest video, I think I used the Etch-a-Sketch to describe
Etch-a-Sketch, similar DNA to the Switch.
Yeah, very similar. You gotta try really hard to make it fun.
Have you guys seen that picture of Negoshi when one side is when he was working on Super Monkey Ball, and the other side is when he was working on Yakuza? Have you seen that picture?
I've seen the one where he looks like an aging tanned lesbian in streetwear.
That's like most of his pictures. So
I'll grab it.
He really looks like shit.
He reminds me of when you criticize like people who like oh wow.
That's incredible. Can we make that part of the thumbnail?
I mean, that might just be the thumbnail. Period.
Yeah, we gotta throw that in there. That's a good one.
I was gonna laugh out of Toshihiro Nagoshi transformation from Monkey
He really does look very different. I guess it's the hair. The hair is a big thing because that hair covers that big old head of his.
Well, and also the injections into his cheeks.
Yeah, he had some work done for sure. You
Yeah,
can tell
weird.
he looks like a doll. He looks like a plastic doll.
It's like he was trying to become a character in Yakuza, like so much.
No, of course. That's of course what he's trying to do. He's wearing a tracksuit.
But look,
what do you think he's doing wearing a tracksuit?
This guy.
You think Japanese people wear tracksuits? No, it's Italians and like.
He works for Slater. He could be really easy. I don't know.
I love this picture because there's a picture of like him with like Kiryu behind him, and you can see how he reshaped his face to fit Kiryu. That's what he wants, really. He wants to be like Kiryu's like sidekick or something.
Maybe, but he's like Kiryu if he had HIV. Like he has like no bone or muscle mass. Oh god, can you make a collage with these? This looks bad.
It's because I think it's because you can see Kiryu's nose in the background, and that's what I'm saying. His nose and Kiryu are exactly 1-to-1. This is going to be our most disliked podcast episode.
This stinks. I hate this. I thought he was cool. Now he seems like a pedophile. Maybe, I don't know.
All right, let's move on to speaking of pedophiles.
Hilarious take on the Switch, though. Thank you very much, sir.
Wait, stop ruining my segues. Speaking of pedophiles, Strikers got announced in the West.
Yep.
It's coming to Steam, which I think is amazing.
You, bro?
What?
We're referring to all the fans of Futaba. Speaking of pedophiles,
I was more specifically talking about all the female characters that you can romance are mostly like adults, and you're like a 17-year-old boy.
Well, what's the age of consent in Japan?
Who cares?
It's like 11 or something, so we're probably all good.
Whenever there's a power dynamic and it's abused, then
Glib knew.
Of
course, Glib would know.
It's a whole meme. Hello? Oh my
YouTube
God!
Comments,
don't play me like this.
YouTube comments. Please say Glib knew. Glib knew in the chat, please. Pour one out.
It's a whole meme, bro. Don't blame me like that.
Okay. But Persona 5 Strikers finally got announced, which
that's insane,
cool because people were like really like mad that there was radio silence. Which I think that anyone who follows Atlas for any certain period of time knew that there's going to be a big part of it changed because there's a whole year of radio silence.
Yeah.
And guess what? The big thing that changed was Steam, but also the pandemic. So like, sorry you couldn't get your anime game quicker.
Yeah, I mean. If you they probably knew. I mean, if it's a Persona 5 property, the people clamoring for it are probably new.
Yeah,
that would make sense. But that's no excuse. You should know the history too. You should be like, yeah, this is a company. They have a specific fan set that they cater to, and they're not like a big brand AAA studio where we have to put ads everywhere. Oh, we have to have a community manager. Oh, we have to do this. Like, they don't do any of that fucking shit.
Yeah, so they're not CD Projekt Red. We're not going to get a whole bunch of like like constant like memes and announcements. I think one of the craziest things, sorry, not to loop this back into CD Projekt Red all the way,
but let's do it. I mean, might as well. Fuck it.
the weirdest thing they did was I saw on Twitter they released the color swatch they use, so you can use the official CD Projekt Red yellow for stupid Cyberpunk, and I'm like,
Oh,
dude, why is this a post? You can just use the little dropper mark and pull the color.
that's for
Like-
Twitter users though. Twitter users, like on average, I think their IQ is like, I think it corresponds to the nation's room temperature average.
Fair enough.
So like 70, 72.
But it's cool. I'm glad Strikers is coming finally, because then everyone can stop talking about it, because it's going to not sell very well, in my opinion. I think the best thing that will sell will be the Steam version. And luckily, we're able to track Steam sales because it's easy to track Steam sales. It's not easy to do that for the other two consoles that it'll come out for, which is the Switch and PS4.
Yeah.
But
you know what? To help that, I'm going to dedicate giving away some amount of copies of Strikers. I don't know when we'll do this.
For each member of the podcast.
Give them out to me.
2 for each real member of the podcast.
Me and Craig.
Whoa.
Glib.
Well, it's not even. What is it coming out, like March or something?
Either then?
I don't even know. I think it's February 22nd or something.
Whatever. We'll the next time we record, which is probably gonna be 3 months from now, we'll talk about it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll give away some copies. I didn't even get to give away all my Catherine copies. No one responded to the last one.
It's cause
you didn't. You also didn't. Let's fight about this. You didn't fucking.
Oh, I didn't upload the other one.
Yeah, you
my
didn't.
audio sounded bad.
It always sounded bad. You always sound bad, except right now it's fine. But
yeah, because I plugged my thing into the router, and now
did you actually not post that episode? Is that the one we were talking about Tony Shalhoub?
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever the last episode was. I never
me
uploaded.
up here. Did we talk about Tony
was
Shalhoub on that episode? The last episode we recorded.
Who is that?
Tony? Oh, you're talking about Monk?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, we did talk about Monk last podcast.
He was in Big Night.
Who?
And then someone said Big Nut, and I laughed for like a minute and a half.
Oh.
Yeah, last episode was our like most like shit posty ish episode.
That's why it was good. We were gonna have an incredible collage of. I can't believe we didn't put that up at all.
Too bad. Now, if the audio on my end comes out perfect, then I'll start uploading our podcast.
Oh, great! Now we'll start uploading it. Good.
Yes. So anyway,
just in time.
Persona 5 Strikers also got censored box art for the West. Basically, the big deal is they changed Ryuji's face from being hit in the face to being just normal. And originally, people thought, oh, it's because they're just trying to be nice to Ryuji because whatever. But actually, it's because there's a rule against box arts having people getting hit in the face, like in any way.
What?
Really? For the ESRB, that's one of the restrictions. Just like how you can't have a gun pointed at the user. So they literally edited the box art, it's a better box art now because now it doesn't have like one of the only good characters as a punching bag. Instead, he's just like neutral and in the background anyway.
That makes a lot of sense. I was gonna say, I was like, well, isn't God Hands art a guy getting punched in the face? But it's not. It's a fist next to a guy's head. He's not even hitting him.
Oh wow!
That explains so much. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of a single situation in which a person was punched in the face in box art. I can't do it.
Not even in boxing games, weirdly. But yeah, so that's
so
coming.
Weird.
And I think it's gonna be a good game. There's no demo for it for whatever reason. I don't know why Atlas went out of their way to confirm that they're not going to give a demo to the Western audience, even though in Japan they did that to kind of get people to be interested in the game because it's a departure from the regular formula. But I guess hopefully the fandom just buying whatever speaks for itself, even though that didn't work well for Persona Q2 because Persona Q2 sold really badly. One thing that's not on this list that I should have put is that this week Persona Q2 in Japan went from being $40 to being $5.
Ooh. Ow.
And it didn't sell out until I retweeted it on Twitter. It was still at like 30 or 40 like units, and then I retweeted it and it went down to like 1 or 2 units. But imagine imagine the sales on that. It's so bad that the sales aren't listed anywhere, which usually a pretty good indication that it didn't hit its target. But also it dropping in price so significantly is like, yeah. Even Nocturne dropped in price. It's now like $35 in Japan. HD remaster, I mean. And that's a drop from like $60. So
it was $60.
Yes. Well, I mean, because for them, they always get like a $10 to $20 like whatever our normal price is they get like $10 to $20 on top of that. So like Persona 5.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so like the Royal was like $70, I think. Oh my god.
That recontextualizes a lot of things I've thought about these games. God
yeah.
damn. Can you imagine paying that much money for PQ2?
No, I don't. I will never.
Yeah.
I just play a real Action Odyssey game, bro.
Yeah, one with naked little girls in it? No thanks, pal. Yeah, I like my women above 13, Glib. Okay?
I'm gonna stop this narrative. Y'all are gonna stop this narrative, bro. I'm telling you.
I mean, you're the only person that defends Etrian, and what is Etrian known for?
Naked little girls. That's literally the only thing I know about it. There's like a map. I think there's a map in it, but also there's a naked little girl. So it's like, I don't know.
You just say that it's for maps?
Yo,
maps of little girls.
You were not funny.
Oh, MAP.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It all connects.
Yo,
this makes so much sense.
You were not funny, bro.
Really, if you're not on Twitter, you really will not get this joke. I'm sorry, everyone.
Glib saying, I'm not. So,
hey, all of you.
Let's see.
I need Spider back, bro. Come on.
Now we're gonna move on. It's okay.
So, the other thing is that really expensive vinyl record, the Persona one, it got repressed really recently. So, as of earlier this week, you can actually pre-order the Persona 5 vinyl, but you can pre-order the Persona 5 Royal vinyl as well. And I think the grand total, if you bought both, would be $170.
What's the difference between them?
There's like 29 new songs in Royal. So it's like 100 songs I think in total for the original game, and then 29 songs on top of that. Which is crazy because I don't even remember 4 songs from Persona 5.
Come on, man.
Anyway, just one last thing I wanted to talk about in terms of merch. Mochibi, the company that makes those little, I don't know what they're called, but the little pillows. They're like weird chibi versions that are squishy toys. They're making a Persona 5 line. They already have the Morgana, and they're just adding the rest of the characters to it. It's important to note, though, that the Jack Frost that they made from last year, or I think the year before for Anime Expo, is not going to be returning. Apparently, that was just a con exclusive, so if you didn't get that, then it sucks TBU because you'll never get it.
Good.
Now let's talk about D2 because that's the real reason why we did this podcast.
Yeah, that's the only Megaten game that matters right now, honestly.
The best one.
Yeah, so we have a couple of things. I mean, it's a big time right now. I mean, last time we recorded, I don't know, some shit happened. The sisters came out. They ruined PvP.
They did. It's true. I hate them.
An alternate Lilith came out, and no one cares about that because she's garbage. But then, most importantly, the 3rd anniversary started, and it came with a couple of things. First was, remember Ghost in the Shell, everyone? Remember 1995? Yeah. When the acclaimed animated film came out?
Yeah.
Well, the major is here. Motoko Kusatori and the Spider Tank are here. They're summonable. They're the best creatures you can get in the game. Just kidding, they're both terrible, but they're cool.
Well, no, but Motoko...
No, actually, one of them is cool looking. The other looks like garbage. Sorry.
The thing that I think is hilarious is I've seen more people get excited about getting the dumb spider tank over getting anything of. People get excited because it actually is a better looking character, which says a lot about that.
Like you have people flex and they're like, "Oh, I pulled Motoko," then no one responds, and then other people are like, "Should I max out this ability on the spider tank?" And everyone's like, "Hell yes, spider tank is god."
And it sucks because they're both so useless. Like, I'm gonna try to make my spider tank useful because I've already like paddled it to panel 2, so I might as well like try to do something with it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, spider tank looks cool. That's all I care about.
Cool. I might use that. Make that my guardian, and if people are my ally, whatever it's called, the thing that like
I
think it'll be really funny to have the spider tank, and if I make it actually good, maybe it'll be like a really funny joke for myself. But that collab sucks. Like I was sifting through the Japanese like fandom reaction, and for context, the Berserk announcement didn't have a contest like additional like a retweet contest or anything. It was just they announced it, and that post got like something like 30,000 likes. The announcement for this collab had a contest where if you liked it and retweeted it, and it got 5,000 likes and retweets or something to that effect, then you would be entered to win a prize, and I think they would give freebies to everyone. It didn't make that benchmark. Like it didn't even get that, and I'm like, cool. And then I scrolled through the comments, and the only couple of like comments about it that I saw that were worth noting were people saying, "Why is this in this game? It doesn't have demons at all." And then one of the comments was like, "Oh, well, it's because Westerners like Ghost in the Shell." So it's hilarious to me.
Did you guys watch the live
first
stream?
of all,
What?
Did you guys watch the live stream?
I didn't watch the live stream.
No, it was up at like 7 in the morning or something.
It was like
for me, even before that. I think
I woke up by accident to see it. Did you watch the live stream? They said they also thought of like Yu Yu Hakusho and Dragon Ball and Kinnikuman. Like, who watches Kinnikuman?
That's the wrestling one, right?
Yeah. No, that had a hot streak back in the day. These days, I don't think that would work.
You said DBZ?
That
would never be able to get that money. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if like Bandai or whoever owns DBZ is like fork over $1 million if you want Goku in this game. So we probably
I don't know. I
with,
mean,
like, Piccolo or some other like Yamcha DLC.
Piccolo's the Demon King.
Well, he was until they like retconned it. Maybe.
And then
I want Yu Yu Hakusho, bro. That'd be cool.
Majin Buu, he's a demon. Majin Vegeta.
I would have been super psyched for Yu Yu Hakusho though. Thank you for waking me.
That would be cool. Yeah. I didn't really love that show, but it was kind of cool.
I love that show, especially what's his name, Kuwabara. He was the guy with red hair.
Hey,
Urameshi.
Urameshi, what are you doing?
I think it was like a famous voice actor that did his voice, right?
It was, yeah. I don't remember. I'm trying to think of who dubbed it.
But that voice is such a funny voice, and it's always important to note that he's supposed to be like 16. So
yeah, he sounds like a 90-year-old man.
But yeah, that would have been a really cool collab because it actually relates. Literally, the only thing that has to make sense for a collab is that it just has to have demons. It has to be a content or intellectual property where demons are in that. So that's why like this one was super stupid because sure it's kind of interesting because it has some cyberpunkness to it, and so does some Megaten games. But besides that, like what's it got? Woman?
I mean, it's like the digital aspect. I understand it kind of. People will question it. They're like, "Oh, there's no demons," but it's the digital thing, because it's digital demons. There's some from computers and shit, smartphones, depending on the game. Whatever.
I didn't even play the story.
All that matters is the Cyberpunk part, really.
It's literally just
close enough for me.
I was gonna like go through the story, but then it just always feels like painful to read what they're saying because it's always stupid.
Yes, I've been skipping it. Also, sorry, I just Googled this.
If we do
the guy
get
who
Dx2 thing,
voices,
bro, I'm gonna do it all,
excuse
man.
me, I'm talking about voice acting. The guy who voiced Kobara, same voice actor as Vegeta.
Oh, same voice.
Look at that.
too.
That's synergy.
What's his
And
name?
Piccolo and Yamcha, Christopher Sabat.
Oh, isn't he like a casting director now?
He has a million credits in
No, but I mean,
anime.
like,
yeah,
he's like
done everything.
graduated a bit to being more like overseeing voice actors now. So, yeah.
Probably, yeah. He's probably a director, yeah.
What are you gonna say, Glib? Man, I don't even know, bro.
You're getting that, bro.
That was an incredible prediction. Good job.
We were talking about Gits and how it sucks and the story sucks, and then you're gonna say something. But
hold on, Ghost of Shell 1995, incredible
Yeah.
film, great film.
And the manga was pretty good, but everything else, standalone complex, the spin off or whatever.
Some of the show was good. Some of the
I wouldn't
show
say
was good.
good.
But then we get to this 2045 shit, which is what this collab is specifically. It's the main art person is a tracer. It's all garbage. She looks like she's 12, which is under the age limit. I don't like that.
This is a maps game.
It's disgusting.
It went from being like Persona to being Etrianos. But
all right, bro. You know what? Let's talk about how you popped off the pandemic, bro. How many toilet paper do you scalp, bro? Let me know. Say it for the chat, bro. Say it for the chat.
I don't know what you're talking about. What does that mean?
Sake, I scalp, but I don't scalp.
Now you're quiet. Now you're quiet. Now you're quiet, bro. Now you're quiet. Okay. I'm going to report you to the FBI, bro.
I mean,
you almost told yourself. But anyway, so for Dx2, the rest of it, 3rd anniversary, 2 new demons coming later on, Ariman and Arda, who are like, they're not even really prominent, but they're kind of like throwbacks.
Very epic and very cool.
They're cool looking. The Ariman is like what is he? Is it a sketch of If? He's not even in If.
It's not the one that's in If.
He is in If.
So basically, the thing that this one D2 server user named Antonia showed me was that sketch was eventually colored in and used as a trading card for the trading card game. So it's not the one from If, but it's the same color palette and it's based off that sketch. So it's got this weird roundabout way of existing. And it's cool that it exists because it just looks good. It's a fun design. And I don't know if it's even particularly popular, but I saw more people excited for that than they were for Ghost in the Shell collab. I haven't seen a whole lot of talk about Arda, though.
As a fact.
I don't know anything about Arda. She's Zoroastrian or something.
It's not she.
I know people who actually predicted her before the anniversary.
Predicted, you said?
They, I guess. I don't know.
No, what did you say? Predicted her? Or, I don't know. Yeah. Well, I know Arda, like, in terms of mythology, that it's a fusion of Parvati and Shiva, supposed to represent the divine something, because it's half human, half human. Wow, that's a Freudian slip. It's half male, half female.
Half human, half female.
Oh no, there goes more.
Uh-oh. We've made a mistake on the podcast.
But it's cool. I like that Arda design. The male half is Shiva and the female half Parvati.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, I kind of recognize this now.
All
I saw was that little like clip from the stream. And now that I've been Googling it, this makes sense. I've seen this before.
It shows up in a couple of things, like Persona 5, for instance, has Arda. I don't remember what else. I think
like a couple other personas.
There's Arda in D2, but it's not this design. But it's cool. I want them to keep doing these like semi-obscure demons, like things that will probably never get real representation. Specifically, Armon is like a cool thing. It's like,
yeah, that's a real weird deep cut. But I mean, they've been doing that for a while though. You know, I mean, like when they released Masakata, they released Body Kanian and Maneater,
which
I don't think they've had releases since If. Have they even been in any games since
Maybe.
If?
I wouldn't be surprised if they're in like 4.
I don't think
Because
so.
4 like recycles a lot of like old design.
I don't think they were in that though.
It's a very godlike choice, though. Let's be honest. It's a very goat choice.
Who, a man-eater?
Yes, it's a godlike pick. I like designs. Cool.
It's literally just a girl wearing.
Yeah, I guess she does look cool.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. The other thing is they announced that we also got that, what is it, the tiger with in the stomach. I don't know what his name is.
Floros.
Hello?
Floros.
Yeah, we got Floros. And
Floros Hillel.
And
yes.
then Glib data mined D2 for us, and he found that there's going to be a Hillel.
I mean, I didn't personally.
You did.
I found oh my gosh. Yeah. You don't need to cut up, bro. I'm telling you.
Ban Glib. He's hacking.
Yeah, he hacked the game and he found that there's going to be Hillel Floros. So that Hillel is the design that's exclusive to Nocturne, which is really interesting because for that to be the case, that means that there could be potentially other like exclusive demon designs showing up. So a lot of Soul Hackers has very specific designs that don't appear anywhere else. So maybe we'll get more of those because we're getting this really obscure Floros variation. Potentially, because it's just
aren't the Hellos also in Imagine too, or not?
They're in Imagine, yeah, but they come from Nocturne, if memory serves. Could be wrong. If I'm wrong, people will tell.
They do. I'm pretty sure. Wait, didn't Imagine come out before Nocturne or no?
I don't know when. I mean, yeah, but I don't know when the Hillels were added to Imagine. It could have been something that could have been.
Oh, okay, I got you now. Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
But it looks cool. It's just a tiger with wings. His face is still tragically stuck in his stomach, but the rest of it's cool. And I think the thing that's really important to note,
I like it a lot.
The thing that is important to note about Floros is that I thought was interesting is that Floros' weird inset face chest design is something that's new to Nocturne. Before that, he was a recolor of Ose or Os.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting that like him and Os got the Floros.
I did know that actually.
Designs. Yeah, you learn something new every day, especially when you're around me. Yep.
I
already knew that.
You already knew that?
But you learn it though, so
you know.
That's insane.
You win some, you lose some. You know how it is.
That is insane, bro.
So I think that's it for this podcast episode. Unless we're missing anything. You guys got anything else you want to talk about?
Did I pull on stream now or no?
Oh, yeah.
Not stream,
Yeah. Go ahead and do the poll. Glib has some files he's been saving, so he's going to do a poll live and we're going to read them out. And then we'll dunk them because they're probably bad. Go ahead.
I'm going to do my superiors first, you know.
Okay.
I have 4 of them.
Folks, if you can't see what's happening, which none of us can, there's lightning happening.
Hey, bro. I can. A nice Horkos, okay. A nice Grendel, okay. A nice Polida, okay. Blade, how you say that? I don't know.
Palladia.
A nice Ilyanka. Wow, this is all garbage. Thanks, Dx2. I appreciate it.
Did you get Orcus or you got Horkus?
Horkus, yes.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. You suck.
Now I got my pink files, okay. Let's go. Nice Anzu. I can't use this, okay. Nice Sandalphon. I can't use this. Thanks, Sega. I appreciate it, bro.
Panels.
Nice yellow
Panel
file.
those demons.
Nice King Frost. Can't use this. Okay. Now on to my what's it called? Ghost in the Shell files. Okay, let's see what we got. Valkyrie. I don't know how to say that word. Chimera. Ifrit. Feng Wang. Vitala. Mitra. Medgasser. Unicorn. Kamatox. I'm not saying that either. Can I get anything good, bro? That's crazy.
You get what you're
perfect. All right, Glib got owned by summoning. Folks, you can be not like Glib. Go ahead and spend some money on Dx2. Get some cool demons.
Yeah, you don't know how much longer the game's going to last, so put all the money you can into it.
Yeah, it's going to die. Everyone's been saying it's dying again now.
Yeah, why does that always happen?
Yeah, people are.
Randomly that
There's some idiot who logged into the server.
Ooh,
there you go, Tachikoma, the spider tank. Folks, the spider tank is available. Please get the spider tank.
Now I got 2. Woo.
Yeah, I like just Google dying or not Google. I searched the word dying in the Dx2 server. This game is dying in February. Game's dying. Jump ship and play FGO. What's FGO? Don't tell me it's Fates.
It's
Subhuman
yes.
people.
If the guy who said that has it like a vaguely Hindu sounding name, ignore him, bro.
Oh yeah, it's that
Whoa.
Bavaga or a good person, the one that only.
Bro, don't play him like that, bro. You know what I mean. There's one guy in the server with that name, bro, and he's dumb.
Or he's quote unquote trolling.
Well, there's 2 now. There's a guy with
He
an
does this
alt.
thing where he trolls, quote unquote,
The
but
one
it just
left,
seems like he's
remember?
just saying dumb things until people.
It's the same dude.
Yeah.
It's the same dude too, bro.
Anyways, did you pull anything good?
Yeah, it
Did you
is.
pull anything good?
I got 2 Kamitokos and an
Kamitoko?
Astra
What's
for my event summon card.
What?
Thingy.
No,
Like,
that's
absolutely.
that. You didn't pull Kamitoko.
What the heck's Kamitoko?
He's
Oh,
a
what did I say,
rumor.
Kamitoko? I meant Techikoma.
Tachikoma. There you go.
It's the same thing, bro. You know.
Because I'm like, Kamitoko is the
No.
mouths.
Yeah, he's the teeth. He's paralyzing bite.
Dx2
Wait,
sucks.
DX2 doesn't suck. I pulled. You know how many 5-stars I got from the event so far? I got like 3 mods, which was really weird. I got 3
Wait,
mods
what?
like back to back, and I was like, "What the heck?" And then I got a bunch of useless.
I still have 0
It
mods,
must
bro.
suck to be you. I have a panel 3 mod now. It's like I
Yeah.
don't know. Basically, game's good. Just have good
I
luck.
hate you.
Or I think maybe Sega gave my accountant good luck because I pulled so many 5-stars.
When Ariman gets here, he better be a tyrant and he better have an Alamati attack, or I'm riding.
He's gonna be physical.
Yeah, Fizz for sure. Look at him.
Yeah, he's gonna be physical. Maybe physical
You can
almighty.
look at him. He looks very
Maybe.
Fizz.
He's swole, dude. Someone post a picture of him.
I'm looking at him right now, and he's got wings too. It's crazy. Anyway,
Yeah, that's gonna be a sweet design. Anyway, folks, thanks for listening. Even though our greatest member Spider isn't here, she's out with. She definitely has COVID. We're gonna confirm that live. She's intubated right now, and definitely not just asleep.
and yeah, without Spider, there's no one to tell us to stop. So
Yeah, so we're just rambling for all. Sorry, folks.
Can we get Spider back next time?
Someone play us out.
I think I
anyway,
need Spider.
thanks for guys watching. And that's Neb, and that's
Hello.
Glib.
Yep, bye. All right, he didn't say anything, but we're just gonna. Yep. All right. Goodbye.